It's called S.O.G.I.
It's called
S.O.G.I.
for sexual orientation,
Sexual orientation and gender
identification.
identification.
A curriculum that teaches public
Sexual
school students across
orientation and gender
Canada
identification
to celebrate the
curriculum.
homosexual lifestyle and that gender
God,
is
I'm so
fluid.
man, I'm
In
so
other
fed
words,
up.
your gender is not
Look at this,
dependent on
dog.
what parts you were born with, but rather what you feel like in the moment.
People that are boys.
Actually, it's very interesting because the U.S. did a research. They spent like $3 billion on this research, and I will pull that video up. Okay, I'll look for the research, and this research ability was about is there a gene or a chromosome or a DNA in a man and a woman, okay, that causes a man to like a man, or that is in a woman that causes a woman to be attractive, sexually attractive to another woman? And the answer was no. We found out that it is actually there is a hormone or a DNA that is in a man, okay, that causes a man to have a sexual attraction towards a woman. And it also found out that in a woman, there's a hormone, there's a DNA that causes a woman to have a sexual relationship or to have a sexual attraction towards another man, which is key because that is how nature exactly was designed since the day of inception. Let's go. Let's listen to this sexual orientation and gender identification. You know what I'm saying? In Canada, this is by the way in Canada. Look at this. Look at this. Imagine teaching this in Saudi Arabia.
Lessons
Imagine
include books
teaching
about
this in
transgender children,
Indonesia.
such as
Imagine
10,000
teaching
dresses
this in
and
Qatar.
songs like the Rainbow
Bro.
Song.
Gender won't decide the choices we make. Some boys like dressing up, some girls like catching snakes.
The S.O.G.I curriculum started in British Columbia in 2016 and is quickly spreading throughout Canada.
I just thought, who decided that this was okay to teach our
Yes, man. Who
children?
decided
Author
that?
and inspirational speaker
Look
Laura
at
Lynn
that.
Tyler
Look
Thompson
at that.
is a leading voice against the S.O.G.I
Thompson. Look at
curriculum.
Madam
And
Miss
we are
Thompson.
seeing the results of that now because some kids are reacting very emotionally and saying, and they're in fear. Will I suddenly struggle with feeling like a different gender inside of my body?
Carrie Simpson of Culture
Oh my
Guard,
God.
another leading opponent,
Who sold
calls the
North
curriculum
America
nothing
to the
short
devil?
of child abuse.
All those
bought-
beautiful qualities that make young
Who
girls
bought
beautiful
Canada
girls and women
at a
are
price
being
tag
basically vilified. The
that-
things that
that a
make
basic
our boys
right
boys
can't be
are
bought.
being, taken
Just
from them.
look.
So things of equating young men to being strong protectors is something that's now evil.
But Morgan Auger, a transsexual and supporter, claims it's about acceptance, not indoctrination.
The idea is to teach kids that there are gay kids and there are trans kids and there are trans parents and gay parents in our society, and everybody is wanted and desired. After all, that's what our human rights code says, and it's the role of school.
It's also very interesting why it's very interesting why people say human rights, international human rights, international human rights, international human rights, but really is a sexual right. Okay, what is the point of a human right when in a country where, let's be honest, that in a country where white supremacy is upheld or black people are suppressed, and you're not dealing with that. You're not dealing with the issue of gun violence. You're not dealing with the issue of every single day black people rising and saying black lives matter, whatever. And then you come in and say, hey, whatever. Oh my God, this thing LGBTQ, whatever will help deal with this thing. Look at that S.O.G.I, S.O.G.I, sexual orientation, gender identification. This is interesting. There was a study also done by a former guy in McDonald's where he said, you know what? Let's target the kids. And he started putting toys in every McDonald's stores. And the sales went up. Why? Because kids, they linked toys to McDonald's. And that research shows that every single brand a kid saw in his mind, they could not recognize any brand aside for McDonald brand. It's actually important how kids in this video they actually watch. Imagine a kid of 5 years old, 7 years old. This is your son, this is your daughter, being teaching about sexual orientation, gender identification from that age. From that age, it will never ever be erased in his subconscious mind. It will be deep rooted in the subconscious emotional mind, which will affect him to make decisions at an early age. And this is why the Matrix has uncovered this truth and they're using against your kids at their will. They're giving kids more power than the parent. Watch what this guy has to say, this trans man has to say. And remember, trans man and remember, trans woman, not woman, trans woman are man.
To teach the following of our laws, right?
Simpson disagrees, saying she sees S.O.G.I's real goal as
Altering our culture from a heteronormative society into one where anything goes, no boundaries, no values.
No boundaries, no
morals.
values, no
It's a
morals.
hedonistic,
There's a hidden
cult,
agenda
basically, what
behind
they're
every agenda.
implying.
another blaring
Look at that.
example, drag queen story time.
Oh my
It's happening
God.
in Canada and America, where some public schools and libraries invite drag queens, some dressed like
Drag
horrid
queens.
demons, to read to young children.
And it's a social deconstructionist agenda. They're using children, little 5-year-olds, to accomplish this, and parents are waking up and saying no.
When
All parents, you must wake your ass up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake the fucked up. Wake the fucked up. Stop playing. Wake the fucked up.
asked about parents' rights, O.J. says,
Well, actually, in Canada, parents' rights are limited, and children's rights are put ahead. So the child has the right to be protected from the parents when the parents behave badly.
Canada is known as one of the most gay-friendly countries in the world, with many of
Canada
their largest
is
cities
gay country in the
featuring
world,
their
most
own
friendly.
gay villages, like here in Vancouver, which has literally rolled out the Rainbow Road.
Oh my
most
God,
gays, like village
Canada.
resident Dave Davy DiCarlo, support S.O.G.I and limiting parental rights.
The change that we have to see is sometimes the parents and the kids are doing actually really
Oh
okay.
my God.
This is very scary stuff.
Longtime
very scary
Vancouver
stuff,
area
for
pastor
real.
Kevin Kavanaugh says this is far more serious than most Canadian Christians realize.
Our problem is not the teachers, the educators, the administrators. This is a battle in the heavenlies.
He says Satan is going after their most vulnerable, the children.
The children, let the children come to Jesus Christ. But Jesus said, let the children come to me. Jesus said, y'all, let the kids come to me, Jesus Christ, and I will give them rest.
Because the teacher had told her since she was playing with some toys in the class that were deemed to be masculine in nature that she was likely a boy in a girl's body.
Oh my God, did you hear that? He's saying that a lady was caught. I'm sorry, that a lady was caught playing with toys. And the teacher came to her and told her, hey, listen, with man toys specific. And the teacher came to him and said, hey, listen.
Mother went to the
Listen.
school the very next
Oh
day,
my God.
and instead of having any sort of tolerance or support around, the mother went to the school the very next day. Likely a boy
Let me
who was
rewind.
playing with some toys in the class that were deemed to be maskers because the teacher had told her since she was playing, and the little girl came home in tears.
Satan is going after their most vulnerable.
Let me
the
rewind
children.
for y'all so you can
And the
listen.
little girl came home in tears because the teacher had told her since she was playing with some toys in the class that were deemed to be masculine in nature that she was likely a boy in a girl's body. The mother went to the school.
Imagine telling that to your kid. Imagine. Have you ever heard about the story of Thomas Edison? About he was sent with a letter, stamped, he could not open it. and it was told, give this to your mother. And that letter was low, and that little letter was wrote. Your child is mentally retarded. He cannot read and write. I suggest you look for another school to your child. Thank you. And it was signed by principal. Okay. And it's a few years later when Thomas A. Edison became the world's greatest scientist, he happened to saw that letter and he cried and he said, my mother made me a genius who I am today. Why? Because immediately after the mother wrote that letter, her mother said, hey, listen, this letter is saying that you're a genius and this school doesn't have the capacity to handle and accommodate a genius like you. So the mother began slowly and slowly educating his own child because he believed that his son is a genius, and slowly and slowly it was affirmed in his subconscious mind that he is a genius, and he became the world's greatest top inventor in the whole world. Now imagine if your daughter coming to school and she's playing with toys made for men. Okay, the teacher comes to her and telling her, hey listen, young queen, you were supposed to be a boy. You're a boy in a body, in a woman body shape. What do you think will that do to your daughter 30 years from now? It will torment her. Serious trauma. Let's continue back to the video.
School the very next day, and instead of having any sort of tolerance or support or understanding, she was actually called names. She was told that she was a homophobe, that she was a bigot.
With that in mind, Tyler Thompson, Simpson, and Pastor Kevin are spreading their message across social media and in town hall meetings. The pro-gay backlash has been fierce.
And the hatred and the anger and the bullying that came against us, even though we said, we love you, we don't take from you the opportunity and the freedom to live as you choose. We love you, but we do not agree with you.
Pastor Kevin believes Canadian Christians are in a 2 Chronicles 20 moment.
The word was this battle is not yours, Jehoshaphat. This battle is the Lord's.
And the church is beginning to prepare for what it takes to fight for our kids.
The battle between an aggressive homosexual agenda and the faith community here in Canada is far from over, but many Christian leaders say it may be the issue that causes a once sleeping church to rise up and be heard. Wendy
Church, rise up
News,
and be
Vancouver.
heard. Church, rise up and be heard. Stop playing. Especially the Catholic Church, you have failed in this fight. You have failed in this fight. All the other churches are rising, the Muslims are rising, the Jews are rising and say, hey, listen, this is enough. Enough is enough. We are not going to be tolerant with this any single more. You can live the way you want to live. You can choose your right as your sexual identification is, but please don't impose it with my child. Don't impose it with my son. Don't impose it with my children. Don't impose it with my daughter. You do you. You do you. And as we do us, respect, we respect. Much love.